Hey, it's me, ProJared, and this is My Uncle Works for Nintendo. We've all heard that story, way back in the day when on the playground and you start whatever video game rumor saying, oh yeah, well turns out Sonic is absolutely in Super Smash Brothers. I know this because my dad or my uncle works for Nintendo. And someone made a game about my uncle that works for Nintendo. And I would like to play it, and I hope you would play it with me. So it's a very text narrative-driven game. That's all I really know about it. That's all I know about it. I know it gets weird. That's all I know. All right, I am 11 years old. What is my best friend's name? Well, my actual best friend's names aren't on here, so we'll go with Michael. Your best friend Michael has invited you to a sleepover at his house this weekend. You've been friends since the first grade, so asking your mom is basically only a formality. I should ask my mom. You've never confirmed this, but you suspect the babysitter may charge extra when there are two kids. You sometimes feel like saying somewhere else is the only way you can help out. Okay. So, basically only a formality. Oh, here we go. Oh, there are pictures. Neat. On Friday night, you're home for only a few hours, long enough to pack, get in a fight with your younger sister, pack some more, and watch some TV. At 6 sharp, you're standing on the sidewalk outside Michael's house while your mom idles in her car nearby. She leans out the window to me. You behave yourself, okay, she says, as always. I'll be at work, but if anything happens, you call me. I can say, yes, mom, or, okay, mom. I'm gonna go with, okay, mom. God, I'm 11 years old, God. Pick you up tomorrow at 3, she says, again, as usual. But then she pauses, looking up at the sky, which has been overcast throughout the day. If you play outside, she adds, be careful, it's probably gonna rain. I'll wave my mom goodbye. After you part, your mom drives down the street, disappearing around the corner. You turn back to Michael's house. The lights inside are glowing warmly. You can see Michael waving at you from his bedroom on the second floor. Head inside. Oh. It is 6 p.m. and it is raining out. Okay. Michael's mom meets you just inside. Hello, she says. Dinner will be ready in just a few minutes, but you can drop stuff off in the den. You and Michael are camping out there tonight. In the den? Cool, I say. You drop your sleeping bag and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a set of patio doors on the far side of the room, you can see the sky is just as gray as it was when your mom left. Framed pictures line the walls, and over the dark fireplace hangs a monstrous pair of antlers from a buck that Michael's dad shot years ago. And of course, there is the big screen TV. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how much nicer Michael's house is than yours. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable how poor you are. Anyway... Well, we all had that kid that had way nicer stuff than you. I certainly did. You drop your sleeping and overnight bags in the corner of the den and then pause to take a look around. Behind the couch, a grandfather clock is ticking softly. Blah, 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 big screen TV, blah, blah. Michael entered the room while you weren't paying attention, and he now stands in the doorway smiling expectantly. Are you ready for dinner? He asks. Yeah? Dinner passes quickly. Tonight's meal is spaghetti and meatballs, one of Michael's favorite meals. As his mother points out while piling a helping onto your plate. Michael's father cracks a beer and jovially interrogates you about how much trouble you and Michael are getting into school. Oh, we're such troublemakers. You're an alcoholic. Dessert is heaping bowls of ice cream drizzled in chocolate sauce. You can't even finish yours. The grandfather clock in the den chimes. You go along now, says Michael's mom, smiling from her side of the table. We'll clean up in here. Let's go get the TV ready, says Michael. The two of you leave the dining room and head upstairs. Oh, I don't know what this picture is supposed to be. Michael's room is immense. You stay in the den because the TV is larger there, but there's a sizable one here, flush with the wall opposite of the full-size bed. We'll take the 64 down first. Ah, yeah, then 64? Says Michael, heading toward his TV and opening the entertainment center cabinet. It's his prerogative, of course. He gets to choose what you play first, usually. I mean, it's his house. It's normal. He also gets to use the Player 1 controller, and I get whatever shitty knockoff third-party controller he has around. But as Michael begins unhooking the cords of the N64 from the TV, you catch sight of the other things he has in there. All the major stuff. An old SNES, a PlayStation, a Dreamcast. But some other things too. Things you don't really recognize. A large black box with green highlights. A smaller purple one. A strange white and yellow tower that looks like gloves resting on hooks on the other side. A compact white cone. The large black box with green highlights. That's gotta be the Xbox, right? Smaller purple one. Is that a GameCube? A white and yellow tower, though. I don't know. What are those? Michael looks to the clutter in the cabinet. Oh yeah, he says. They're pretty cool. I can't show them to you, though. They're still a secret. I promised my uncle. Of course, you suddenly remember his uncle. The uncle who works for Nintendo. In the corner, the grandfather clock is ticking softly. Through a nearby set of patio doors, you can see it's getting quite dark. Framed pictures line the walls. Michael is parked in front of the large TV, playing something on the N64. Oh, I have a lot of options now. Oh, if you can hear the sound effects, he's totally playing Star Fox 64. Good choice. It's multiplayer, Michael. I would love to play with you, but that's fine. You can do it. I want to watch him play some Star Fox. Michael's playing a game that's something that looks a little like GoldenEye, but it's not a game you're familiar with. You watch for a while, and eventually Michael turns and looks at you. Come on, you want to play? Oh, dude, we got to play some co-op. I'm all about co-op. There's co-op? You ask. Of course, says Michael, handing you a controller. Oh, yeah, you don't know the game, but still, it seems oddly familiar. He only has to give you a few pointers on how to move the camera. Unless we're actually playing Perfect Dark, because Perfect Dark was kind of like GoldenEye, had co-op in it. Let's play through a level or two. The clock chimes. You are in the den. Same thing. Let's think about Michael's uncle. It began with Mew. Oh, of course. You didn't believe him at first when Michael came to school one day and told you he'd finally caught Mew. Prove it, you said. So he pulled out his Game Boy and showed you. There it was. Mew, the 151st Pokemon, available only to players at promotional events, somehow unlocked on Michael's game. It's really strong, he said. It KOs every enemy in one hit. It's not true, but okay. Michael demonstrated this claim at recess when you and some other friends linked Game Boys to do battle. You were the first one down. No one else got in a single hit on Michael's Mew. You asked Michael how he managed to get it. Actually, I'm going to do no one else. What does that do? In a few days, everyone had quit playing Pokemon at recess. The allure had faded. Understandable. How did Michael manage to get it? Oh, my uncle got a job at Nintendo, said Michael. We were walking home together past one of the construction crews. Michael still lived next door to you at the time. Is this like past things? Wait, this couldn't have been too long ago. When did Michael move? There was something nice about being neighbors. He also got me this new Game Boy, said Michael, pulling it out of his pocket. You hadn't noticed it earlier, but yes, Michael now had a sleek new Game Boy Color. Until today, he had one of those old ones, a big gray brick like yours. This one's special edition, said Michael. Isn't it cool? You snap out of your reflections. Go to the kitchen? Passing through the empty dining room, you enter the kitchen, which is also deserted right now. Fridge. Soda, cold pizza, milk, a water pitcher, purple stuff. Oh, Sunny D. I want cold pizza. Nice. Back to the den. The clock chimes. It's what now, 9 p.m.? Is this game like... I'm getting kind of weird, uneasy vibes from this game. Like it's going to be weirdly spooky or something. Michael's mother bustles into the room, holding a large ceramic bowl filled with popcorn under her arm. How you kids doing? She asks. Good, says Michael, his eyes not moving from the television. I hope you're having fun, says Michael's mom. Here's some popcorn, extra butter! She places it on the floor by Michael. Almost immediately, Michael is shoveling popcorn into his mouth. Meanwhile, his mother smiles first at him and then back at you. There's sodas in the kitchen if you get thirsty, she says, and some pizza from the other night if you get hungry. Thank you. I will be polite to Michael's mother. Thank you for your kind gifts. She looks at Michael. Your father's gone to bed. I'll be there soon myself. I want you to keep it quiet, all right? Yes, Mom, Michael says tiredly. Oh, and before I forget, your uncle called. He suddenly has some business here in town, but he's driving in early. He'll be here around midnight. Oh, with some new Nintendo toys I hope? For the first time, Michael stops playing his game, stops eating popcorn, turns to look at his mother. Okay, he says. I want you two to welcome him in. He'll be very tired and very hungry, so offer him something to eat before he goes to bed. Okay, Mom. Good night, kids. And with that, she's gone. Oh, remember my own Mew? I had a Mew too? You got your own Mew eventually. Another friend had a Game Shark, which you borrowed one day. You spent that entire night unlocking every Pokemon you couldn't obtain in your copy of the game or hadn't yet traded for, including Mew. It didn't one-hit KO most enemies. It was incredibly weak, and you shamefully cheated the game further to make it strong enough. It even looked different from Michael's. Why did it look different? Your Mew was small, even cute, standing there with its round, cheerful eyes. But when Michael's had wiped out everyone at school, it had looked completely different, compact, snarling, fierce. I asked him why it looked different. What? He said. That had been here in the den. Oh, that thing? It had been a while since anyone talked about Pokemon. Well, my uncle got me a special edition Mew, first of all, he said, smirking a little, but not looking away from the PlayStation game he's playing. Oh, we're playing PlayStation now. That's fine. That's why mine looked different. Second of all, mine can one-hit KO because it's the real Mew. You asked what he meant by that. Just what I said, Michael replied. You cheated and got a fake Mew. So of course there'd be problems, glitches and junk. You felt your cheeks redden. But not me, Michael said. I got the real Mew, and only me. My brother was so jealous. Michael's brother. What about him? Why does remembering that comment make you feel uneasy? You snap out of your reflections. Oh, okay, that was the past. Okay, so he's playing a PlayStation when I was asking him about the Mew, but we're back in the current. Okay, let's ask him about his uncle's visit. Is he going to bring any cool stuff? Why is your uncle coming? Business. I thought he worked for Nintendo. He does, says Michael, frowning but not looking away from the TV screen. He's really important there. Does Nintendo have a lot of business here? Why else would my uncle be coming, Michael says, as if you asked the dumbest question in the world. I mean, yeah. What sort of business? Michael pauses the game and turns toward you, visibly agitated. How should I know? I don't work for them. Right now he's not quite yelling, but you think if you keep pressing the subject, he might. I don't want to wake up his mom, so I'll back off. I want to go pee. I feel like I have to pee at this point. You head to the bathroom down the hall and there from the den. There's a shower, a linen closet, and a toilet. I would like to pee, please. You go to the bathroom and wash your hands. Are you done here? Yes, I'm done. Okay, should I get a towel or... Never mind. Back to the den. The clock chimes. What is it, 10 p.m. now? It begins raining outside. So I guess I'm just kind of... Let's look at the framed pictures. You walk around the perimeter of the den, inspecting the pictures idly. Most of them are family portraits from years past. Michael created leveling between his mother and father, or any one of the three on their own. A happy, tidy family. Wait, no, something is wrong here? Where is Michael's brother? You know he has a brother. You know it, except he's not here in any of the pictures. And you look again at the pictures? He's not here. He's not here at all. Are you sure Michael has a brother? Well, yes. Then why can't you remember his name? I think... Is this getting weird? I feel like this is getting weird. Ask Michael about his brother. Where's your brother tonight? Michael pauses the game he's playing and gives you an odd look. I don't have a brother, he says. But I remember him. There's a long moment of uncomfortable silence, broken only by distant thunder, the Nintendo and the clock ticking. You're such a weirdo, says Michael and turns back to the Nintendo. The subject, it seems, has been dropped. Time passes. Is there being like a... I'll have some popcorn. It's buttery and delicious. Good. Is this like a mystery game or something? I don't know. Watch Michael play? Michael invites you over to play the game of Mario Kart. Michael wins every round pretty easily, and you start to feel like this was a mistake. He's just too competitive and, frankly, a lot better than you. Good game, he says, smirking. Good game, bruh. Ready to try again? Let's switch it up. We've been playing for a while. The clock chimes. Was it 11? He said his uncle would be there before midnight, right? Let's talk to Michael. Talk about games. We try to strike up a conversation. Oh, it's actually doing Mario Kart sounds now. That's cool. But Michael is too involved in the game and seems to be ignoring you. You simply watch him play in silence. An hour passes. The clock chimes. You are in the den. The grandfather clock chimes the hour as Michael suddenly looks up from the 64. It's time, he says. Stop being weird. Someone knocks at the front door. Is this the front door? That's him, says Michael, standing up. I should go let him in. He's knocking very loudly. As he leaves the den, you realize you could follow, but a part of you really feels like being scarce for a bit. No, I'll follow. I want to meet his uncle. The knocking continues persistently as you follow Michael to the front of the house. Outside the pebbled glass of the front window, you can see a tall, dark shadow. What the fuck is happening? Michael goes to the door, undoes the deadbolt, and cracks it open. You can come in, he says to whoever stands out there on the porch, and then looks over his shoulder at you. Sorry, he says. Before you can ask what there is to be sorry about, the door slams open. Hello, child. Come closer, child. No more worries, child. I am hungry, child. No more worries, child. Hello, child. Dollar fear, none. Screaming, cease. Stop it, child. Hello. I wanted to play Nintendo and see Nintendo things that weren't released yet. Do I click? Is that it? Did I die? That was the first ending. Oh. Okay. Alright. First thing you learned is avoid the uncle. He gives you bad expressions. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can't get the other endings. I'll do it in a separate video, not this one, because this has gone on pretty long. But I want to get the other endings, just to see what other weird things that can happen. That was bizarre. Not what I expected at all. Okay. Yeah, more of my uncle works for Nintendo coming soon as I get the other endings. As always, thank you very kindly for watching. See you next time.